Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Let's see who we have here. Hi, Petra. Hi, CNA. Hi, Samara. Hi, Lakeisha. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Karima. Who else is here? Hi, Jenell. Hey, Ebony. Welcome, welcome. If you ladies wouldn't mind, please turn on your video. I would love to see everybody. So please turn on your video. Let's see who's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love seeing the full group together. I'm going to give everybody just a little bit of time to log in. I know I like to start on time. If you did not receive the workbook, please make a little note in the chat so that we can see who didn't receive the workbook. We would love to just make sure everyone gets the opportunity to get it. So definitely put that in the chat. And we'll get started in just a second. All right, I see Karima has her workbook printed. Thank you. April, you have yours too? Okay, I'm gonna give everybody just a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna get started. So give me one more second. And while we're waiting for everyone to get in here, I would love if you guys could just share a little bit about who you are in the chat. I know many of you, I see often, but there are definitely new people here today that probably don't know you or different members from different courses. So in the chat, you can share your name, what it is you do, what kind of brand you are, what kind of business you are, and feel free to share, your social media links. Let's get this conversation going. Let's get to know each other. If you have a website you want to share, if you have a blog, especially since tonight's conversation is around blogs, please do share your blogs. That way we all can follow each other, support one another, and we can grow our pages. So I'll give everybody just a couple more minutes. I see a bunch of people popping in. So we love learning about you. And if you have, like I said, share your name in the chat, share what you do. Even if it's, even if you're not like a blogging full time or you don't have your own business, that's okay. Share what you do, in your daily life. Share a little bit about you there. And then, of course, I would love to know if you could share, if you have a blog, what is it, and your social media handles. I'm actually going to do a quick bathroom run. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've given everybody enough time. So the slow pokes that come in, they're going to be missing all the good stuff. Starting on time is so important to me, but I do understand everyone's life is different and everyone has so much going on. So in just a moment, well, I'm going to begin right now. So that's that. So welcome to the How to Start a Blog live class. If you missed my quick little tidbit before I left to go to the restroom, I would just love for you to share in the chat room who you are, what's your name, where are you from, what is it you do, like, in your daily life, what's your occupation, what's your career, as well as if you do have a blog, please do share what your blog is. If you don't, that's okay. And then, of course, share your social media so that we all can get to know each other and we can all support each other. So we're going to begin today's activity. And I'm just very excited that everyone's here tonight. One of the things that I wanted to do very much so with the prep school, as well as a lot of the other courses, is I wanted to create more members opportunities for us to connect and grow together. So I want to know for starters, let me put it back. I love this view. I get to see everybody in real time. So for starters, I would love to know how many of you invest a lot of time into social media. And you can just, type in the chat, I do, if you invest a lot of time into social media. I asked this question because I personally am one of those people who do invest a lot of time into social media. And how many of you are new to social media? You've only been on it for a short while, like a year or two. If you've been on social media for like a year or two, you could say 1 year, 2 year. And how many of you are like me and you've spent years growing your following? If you know how many years you've been on social media, I would love for you to share that. For me, I've actually been on social media since Facebook first started, which, if I'm not mistaken, was 2006. So I've been on Instagram. I've been on Facebook for 13 years. I was on Instagram when it first started. And so I do know that there are a lot of people who are like me who have been on social media for a very long time. And we've been spending a lot of years and time growing our social media. Listen, it's a great place to grow your brand, but have you ever thought about what would happen for you and for your brand if Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram decided to just kick you off, or worse, if they just shut down? Like, what would this do to your brand? For those of you who have been on here years growing it, I legit want you to share with me. I want to know what this would do for your brand. And, if this would shut it down, would your brand be over? Would you have to start over from scratch? Would it not be a problem because maybe you don't have a brand yet? What would this do for your brand if social media just went away like tomorrow? I want to know what that would do. I want to read some of those. Someone's unmuted. Who is that?
That's not necessarily in the class.
Okay, so April says, I'm not a big or have a major brand yet, but I think I have the most followers on Instagram versus Facebook. Okay, so April, you're not a brand yet. So if you were to decide to become a brand in a year or two and you were no longer on Facebook, what would you do? Well, how would that impact your ability to be able to grow your brand? Taisha says it would definitely affect how I connect with my clients and customers. Karima, my brand would die since I don't have my own platform, even though I don't have a large brand. Yeah, I think for most people, if you've been on social media for a little while growing your brand, if social media were to shut down, whatever your biggest platform is were to shut down, it's very, very likely that you honestly would end up with like nothing. You start from nowhere. So I see a lot of women here tonight, but I see a lot of people not with their screens open. I do want to feel like we're in a real life class. So Jackie, Petra, Samara, Ebony, Jenell, Yolanda, Simone, please open up your videos. I want to see everyone. I want to see who I'm talking to. I want to see your faces. I want us to connect with each other. If we were going to just hide our faces, I could have just did a video and put it for you to watch. So come on out. We don't care how you look. We're all hanging out tonight. Set up that video. I want to see who's here. I want to connect with everyone. For me personally, if Facebook, Instagram, or whatever decided to shut down, it would not be the end of my brand. Fortunately for me, I've been building my brand outside of social media. And so I've been smart enough and wise enough to have a backup plan where if I were to be put in a situation, because it has happened, I know people, who their pages got blocked for whatever reason, and they had to start over, or they had to, basically be at the mercy of the social platform in order to get to be able to communicate with their audiences. So you don't want to just rely solely on any one platform. And so because of that, if social media were to go away, if that's where you have all of your audience, if that's where your list of people are, you'd be screwed. If you've been building your audience and sharing remarkable content with them on social media, you're probably growing your audience because you have something to offer. And if you've been giving them really good content that has been supporting them and helping them change their lives in a good way, then a blog is a good place for you to house all of the information so new audience members can read it years after you initially started it. For me, my first website, which is kinkycurlycoilyme.com, it gets millions of readers a year. And because every day there's someone new who wants to go natural, every day I have someone who becomes an important piece to my business. But not only that, because I've created all this content all these years, I always have something to offer someone. It's not just this one social post that I put up today that no one's going to see it. I mean, how many of you go on people's Instagrams and Facebook and scroll all the way down to the beginning? Not many people do that. That's not a common thing. Ain't nobody got time for that. That takes a lot of time. So if you think about just the very nature of your of the way social media works, if you created a really awesome post that helped so many people in February of 2019, next year, February, don't nobody know about that post. In fact, even sooner, March, if you post a lot, April, don't nobody know about that post. There's going to be so many people who miss out on that good content that you provide. And so you want to make sure that, like my website, anytime someone has a need for what content you make, for example, me creating natural hair content, anytime someone has a need for it, they can Google me and they can find me and they can see that content. And even if you aren't like at the top of the Google screen, when someone does a search, you're not at the top. If someone were to message you because they found you on Instagram, you would be able to refer them to someone. I had someone message me just yesterday asking me if I had any recipes for chia pudding. And I was like, you know what? I actually do. Why she messaged me, I don't know. Maybe she saw something on my Healthy Jenell page and she came over to my Jenell B. Stewart page and she asked me. I don't know, but she asked me that. And I was like, I do. And I was able to share that video with her. Imagine if I had to tell her to go back, years, months of posts. If I had to do it for her myself, I'd be exhausted. So imagine having to have someone else does that. So anytime, if you are new and you don't have a blog, what I would also want to encourage you to think about is, if you want to start working with brands, is that something that some of you want? Is there people in here that want to start working with brands? You could just put, yes, I want to work with brands or something like that in the chat. But if you want to start working with brands, starting your blog now puts you in a very good position because brands love blog content. They love it. Anytime a brand wants to work with me, I'm able to ask for more money when I include blog content. So sometimes they'll say, oh, you know, they want to work with me because they see that I do Instagram stuff, but then they see that I mentioned to them that I also have a blog and I'm able to add value to my offer, you know? So today I'm going to show you exactly how to start your blog. All right. I'm going to show you some examples of the blogs my members of the Digital Content University have made in just 3 weeks. And I am just so proud. I'm sure you probably can see it all over my face. I am so proud of my members and how well they've done with their blogs. I just cannot wait to show them off. So excited. And I'm also going to talk to you about blog content, because once you make a really good blog, your blog is going to need remarkable content, right? So if you stay to the very end, I'll share with you my blog editorial calendar template, and I'll tell you how you can enroll in my how to make content every day training so that you can make good content every single day. All right, so really quickly before we get into the presentation, I just want to do a quick introduction of my course coordinator. Her name is Aquila. She's been chatting with you thus far in the chat, and Aquila is going to be here to guide you all through this evening's presentation. If there's ever any questions you have, please do not wait until the end to ask your question. Please, as soon as the question comes into your mind, ask it. Put it right in that chat immediately. I don't care what question it is. I don't care if you're thinking, oh, I might answer it. If I answer it, fine. But if I don't answer it, you're going to lose that question. And I don't want you to wait to the end and then we go another hour just answering all these questions. A lot of questions I can answer up front. So when you put a question in this chat, Aquila's going to send it to me separately, and I'll have access to the question so that way I am able to answer it. Somebody's turned their mic off. Please turn it off, please. I'm hearing feedback. Who is it? Okay, thank you. Keep your mics off, please, because then we hear the feedback. So please ask your questions right away. Also, if you ask me something and Aquila can answer it, she'll also answer it in the chat. She may answer it live in the chat for everyone to see, or she may answer it privately. If you do get a private response in the chat, it's going to have read privately next to it. And also, please take a second right now to look at your chat. It should say to, and then in that blue circular or ovular box bar, it will say everyone. If you click on that, you can actually send questions and make comments directly to people. So feel free if you want to send a question directly to Aquila, but it's not necessary. If you put it in the chat, everyone can see it, which is helpful because if Aquila does want to reply back to you, it's something that everyone can see. But just be conscious that it says everyone, because if it doesn't say everyone, you're going to be messaging someone privately and you won't realize it. And that happens a lot. Secondly, like I said, if you ask a question and Aquila can answer it, she will answer it for you. So please check the chat very often. And as I'm talking, I want you to be using your workbooks. I am going to be skipping around slightly because my presentation may go a little bit out of order. So don't be afraid to like flip through. You should have had some time to get experienced with it or get some experience with it. So please do, take some time. I'm not going to be stopping and saying, fill out in your workbook. You just need to be ready to do that. I don't want to keep you all any longer than I need to. So I just want to make sure that everyone has whatever it is they need ready to go. So are we ready to start our blog? Let me see yeses in the chat. Let's go. Okay. So I'm going to start my presentation now. And excuse me, Aquila, if at any time you hear me saying something and what I'm saying is not showing up on the screen, shoot me a text because I will most likely think everyone sees it and then you guys all don't. Oh, someone just asked a question. which brought it to my attention. If you have any needs during today's lesson, please tell them to Aquila. I won't be checking the chat because I'm going to be presenting, and I want to make sure that I don't keep you all too late tonight. So please make sure if you have any needs or something that you have an issue with, all you have to do is just put it in the chat and Aquila will get it for you. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna see if I can enlarge this, and if I can enlarge it, if it will still show up. Okay, so if Samara, I can see you. Can you see this? Can you shake your head if you can? Okay. Is this thing blocking everybody, the screen with everyone's face? No? Okay, so it's just in my way, which is good to know. All right, I closed that window, so now I don't see, now I'm not gonna really see anybody but me. Okay, so yeah, Aquila, just let me know if anything I say is not showing up, because sometimes I don't know that you can't see things. All right, so we're gonna be talking about starting your blog today, and this is one of the units or one of the classes that I do in my digital content university. So you all are getting a special treat today. And what we're going to talk about now is how we're going to start that blog. So today's agenda is what we're going to do, our welcomes, which I've already done. And then we're going to do, I did the housekeeping. So now we're going to get into how to start a blog. I'll talk to you about the Digital Content University. And then we'll do a Q&A for anyone who has questions that I've not answered along the way. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to start with choosing your blog name, blog hosting, domain name, blog types, blog design, and starting costs. So I'm going to show you some of the content that my members of the Digital Content University have made, because I'm so proud of these ladies. In just 3 weeks of being a part of the Digital Content University, these women have made amazing strides, and I'm just so impressed and so in love with the work that they've done. So one of my members was able to create her blog and to begin adding some more content to it. It's April Event Diaries blog, and I just love the overall layout of her blog here. Another one of my members, she writes book reviews, and so she created her Peachy Reads blog, where she's going to be reviewing books. And you can see one is about event planning and one is about book reviews, two different style blogs, but still going to be able to create amazing content. Another one of my members, she currently has a business called Glow Skin and Nutrition Consultancy, but she didn't have any content in her blog component. She just had her website there for her members to come and like be a part of her course. And I encouraged her to create a blog where she would be able to actually create content and share it with the people who come to her website, giving them more information and education. And then lastly, I'll share one more student. She creates content about self-empowerment, natural hair, travel, and so on. And so she made this blog, I Was Born to Conquer, and she actually made her blog from scratch. In fact, when Sabrina made her blog, she wasn't really even sure what to call it. She didn't know what she was going to name it. She wasn't familiar with the process of setting it up, and we were able to get her rebranded. She used to have a different brand name. It wasn't I Was Born to Conquer, but we got her rebranded, got her that name across all social media platforms, was able to create her blog, and now she's making remarkable content for her audience. Okay, so let's talk about choosing your blog name. You can do this in your workbook as well. So when you're choosing your blog name, you want to incorporate your blog's niche, okay? So for me, my blog was about natural hair. So I found it really, it made sense to have a topic that would actually discuss natural hair. So my blog's name was kinkycurlycoilyme.com. And I came up with that by using all of the names that I use to describe my hair texture, kinky, curly, and coily. So that's how I was able to do that. I would suggest for you, you also do a good job of trying to make it unique. Decide who your target audience will be, and don't use your own name unless you know you plan on making this blog personal. So for me, I didn't decide to use Jenell B. Stewart as my original blog name because I knew my plan was to help out other people. And I wanted it to be something that anybody could see themselves in and be able to get support. But when I came up with my second blog, which is Jenell B. Stewart, I knew it was going to be personal. It was going to be about me. And so I did that. Also, make sure your blog name is easy to pronounce and pick something short and easy to remember. I do find a lot of people will be so stuck on a brand name that they'll add different characters to it and spell it uniquely because they just really want it to have it. But the problem is that the person who actually has that blog name, if someone types it in properly, they're going to find that blog first and they probably won't find you at all. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about blog starting costs. So WordPress is actually the blog backend that I use, and I encourage all of my members of the Digital Content University to use WordPress. And WordPress is actually free if you decide to get it with no services. However, if you do want services, they do have different options. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see what this says. So for $4 a month, you can get these types of support from WordPress. This is what it is for $8 a month. And this is what it is for $25 a month. However, it is free if you don't get any supports, okay? So you would have to decide what you want to do, and I would recommend you go to WordPress and learn a little bit more before you make a decision on which plan you want to go with. I will say this because one of my members is in the personal $4 plan. She is limited in her ability to be able to monetize her blog with Google AdSense because of the personal plan limitations. We don't know exactly why that is, but if you want to monetize your brand, your blog with Google AdSense, I think you have to have a higher plan. But I'm not for certain sure if that's exactly the case. Also, Squarespace is another great place that you can go to get your blog and create your blog. They have different plans. One is $12 for personal, $18 for business, and Squarespace does have a lot of features to enhance and design your blog. So choosing your blog name, you want to choose a name that will fit your blog for a long time. This is a resource that you can use right here. It's called wordoid.com. It helps you generate and get ideas of names as well as NameStation. So please write those down because they're a great resource for you. And you also want to look at your competitors' blogs names because that does help identify, give you ideas, I should say, as to what you want your blog to look like. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and Aquila, I'm going to just check to see if there's any questions so that way I'm able to answer them before I move on. Okay, so I don't see any thus far. All right, we can continue. So now we're going to go into blog hosting. So web hosting is a service that allows organizations and individuals host a website or web page onto the internet. So if you wanted to create your blog, you have to actually have your blog live somewhere. And that's what a web hosting is considered. It's where it lives. It's like the address for your blog. Technically, if you have a, www. You're on the World Wide Web, and you need to have the content of your blog, all of the pages, all of that stuff has to have a place where it lives. So a blog hosting is what does that. Most companies require that you own your own domain in order to host with them. So you have to have like www.jenellbstewart.com in order to go to this place and say, hey, can I host my blog with you? Can my blog like live with you? Think of it like as the address, right? If you don't have a domain, the hosting companies will help you purchase one. Most of the time they actually sell domains. So like GoDaddy, a lot of people know GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com is a place where you can go, you can buy your domain, search and see if they have it. And then from there, you will be able to host it. You can host it with GoDaddy, or you can host it a number of other places. And I'm going to show you that now, or in a second. Having your own hosting, I highly recommend it if you can afford it. It is a small investment. It's not the biggest investment that you will ever make. And in fact, if you have an online business and your business ultimately will make money, which is the goal, you'll make the money back for your hosting very quickly because it's that inexpensive. It's not really expensive at all. So having your own hosting gives you unlimited choices as to how you design your blog. Web hosting companies also offer tech support because, let's be honest, how many of us know how to like set up a hosting? Like, some of us are probably just hearing about hostings for the very first time. We have no clue what that even means until I just started talking about it. So if something happens on your website, what do? Do you have to hire a developer? Do you have to go find someone to fix it? Most of the time, you can actually call your web hosting, tell them you're having an issue, and they'll take care of you. And if you are looking to have your blog hosted on a web hosting, my web hosting that I use, which is called HostGator, they actually will set up your website for you. So they'll basically say, okay, what's your domain name? And I'll let them know it's JenellBStewart.com. And they will say, okay, where is it? And I'll say it's with GoDaddy. And then they'll basically bring it over and tell me what, and show me how to do it, or they'll do it for me. And then they'll set up my website so that I can go in and start like designing it. And they'll do this for you when you have a hosting because they want you to be a happy customer. And it's a service that they offer. So they do offer tech support when something's going wrong. Like, why is my website not showing? You know, my website's down. I don't know what it is. They'll help you. And another thing that I love about hostings is that you can create unlimited websites on your hosting. So I have kinkycurlyquillyme.com on my hosting, but I also have JenellBStewart.com on my hosting. I also have lpstewart.com. My cousin-in-law has a website called Fun with Friends NYC. That's on my hosting. My husband's photography business is on my hosting. I have a few other websites that are all on my hosting, and I can have unlimited websites on my hosting. All I have to do is just go buy those domain names, and then I can put them on my hosting. And you can also create unlimited emails. So if you want to have like Jenell at JenellBStewart.com or info@JenellBStewart.com, or my team, I have business at JenellBStewart.com, Jamil at JenellBStewart.com, Aquila at JenellBStewart.com, Key at JenellBStewart.com. I mean, I can have unlimited. You can make whatever you want. So your hosting will let you do that. So here are some examples of blog hostings. We have Bluehost, HostGator. This is the one that I have. And if anyone is interested in finding or getting a hosting with HostGator, let me know. I have an affiliate link that will give you a little bit of a discount. And there's all of these others that you can get to host your blog. Okay. So let me know if there's any questions. I'm going to just stop here for a second, see if there's any questions. Okay, I have a question from Yolanda. If you use WordPress, does that mean your blog is designed on WordPress so you can't use Squarespace or Wix or Weebly? Yes. If you're using WordPress, then your blog is going to be designed on WordPress. If you're on Squarespace, it's designed on Squarespace. People will have other like design elements to their blog, and then they will have a WordPress backend. Like my blog is on HostGator, but I have a WordPress backend, meaning like when I log in and I'm going to create my blog posts and stuff, it's WordPress. So that, is one of those things. Okay. Any more questions, Aquila, before I move on? Okay, hold on. So the question is, so is a hosting separate from Squarespace, Wix, etc.? Yeah. So basically, if you have your own hosting, you can always get templates and you can always create things there. But if you have Squarespace, you are hosting it on Squarespace. That's built into your monthly membership. They're hosting it for you. Okay. So it's one of those places where if you put it on Squarespace, that's it. If you have your own hosting, you get a lot more benefits or freedoms. Let me say benefits. It's not really benefits, it's freedoms. Because Squarespace is going to have you host it there. They're also going to limit what you can do within their hosting. Same thing with if you go with the WordPress plan, like the ones I showed you. Anytime you go with one of those WordPress plans, you're going to be limited to what they're going to allow you to do. And I don't know what those specific things are, but if you have your hosting, you can do whatever you want. You can have any theme you want. You can buy themes. You can download free ones. You can add your own plugins. You can do a lot of things to your blog that you would not have the freedom to do if you were on WordPress paid membership or Squarespace or Wix or Weebly. But it's not to say that being on these places are bad. It's not bad. Going on a Squarespace is great. They give a lot of features to support you in your blog design. And when you don't have a developer or the finances to have a developer, why not go with the place that already has it built in to give you supports to help you with design elements? I mean, it makes sense. But for me, I didn't want to have to. My first blog was on a free site called Blogspot. I wanted to be able to do designs and I couldn't do that. I wanted to add themes. I couldn't do that. Now I have multiple websites. I would not be able to afford several different Squarespace sites at that $12 a month. That would be expensive. Like I told you, I have Kiki Curly Quilly Me, Jenell B. Stewart, LP Stewart, the paid pitch, and that's just mine. Right there, I would be spending about $50 every month just on blogs. Where if I got my own hosting, I believe it's like a $140 a year, and I can have as many websites as I want. And in addition to spending that $50 to have 4 websites on Squarespace, I have to pay annually for my domain name. That becomes expensive. So it ends up being a lot cheaper if you can get your own hosting, if you know you're going to have multiple websites. But if not, why not go with the Squarespace or get a WordPress subscription or Wix or Weebly? Why not? Tasha says, I have a WordPress blog. Does that default come with email accounts? No, you have to get the service, the paid service, so that you can get your email accounts. And if you go on WordPress, where I showed you the link, shared the link with you. I'll share it again. It was WordPress. I think it was WordPress.com/create. Yeah, WordPress.com/create. You can always find out more about what are the benefits you get. Okay. So Joanna says, what are the pros and cons for WordPress versus Squarespace? This is a great question. One pro that I can say for WordPress is you can do anything you want. And if you want freedoms and flexibility to design your website however you want, whenever you want, and change things up anytime you want to, then WordPress is a great place. If you wanted to go, one of the pros of Squarespace is that Squarespace, when you have a WordPress membership versus a Squarespace membership, and I'm making this distinction because I do have WordPress, but I don't have a WordPress membership. I have my own hosting and my back end is WordPress, but I am not under a WordPress membership program. So if you have a Squarespace program membership or a WordPress membership, Squarespace gives you much more enhanced blog design. WordPress gives you a good amount too. It's not that you don't have that, but I would say the design element is probably the one thing that Squarespace really does do well with. And that's kind of like the thing that they feature. Like they really feature that whole design element and being able to really customize and make things easier for you. But WordPress isn't hard either. So it's just a matter of what works better for you. Fabiola says, for a new starter, which one would you recommend? Personally, WordPress, it's cheaper and there's no reason why you can't get a custom a design template from WordPress and use that to design your blog. Like there's no reason. But if you really want to enhance your design, I would say check out Squarespace and see what they offer, because I do know that there's a limit on like the different types of templates that you can get. They want it to be more design friendly. So, you have to really go in there and play around. Whereas WordPress is like so many templates to choose from to design your blog and pick what you want as well. So, I mean, it's hard. I can't tell you which one is better for you. I can only give you the options. But when I wanted to really build out my site and I wanted to make different changes, I was able to do that with WordPress. Okay, so for a new starter, I just answered that. Yolanda, if you build a website on GoDaddy.com, it's a word. I don't know if this is a comment or a question. Aquila, can you find out if that's a comment or a question? I don't really understand it. Joanna, if I already have a WordPress, but I'm rebranding, would I have to make a new WordPress altogether and delete my old WordPress? I mean, no. I mean, you don't have to like delete anything unless you want to. You can always just rebrand by just changing your content. If the website domain name is going to be different, then it's if your website domain is going to be different, then it's going to have to be a different site. I just don't see how you can have two sites going and have them be the same. But what I can say is let's say, for example, you wanted when people land on your site, Joanna, if you want them to redirect to your new site, you can do that. And you can do that wherever. So I would just say that you can always just rebrand yourself just by changing up your content. Change the logo at the top, change the title of the website, keep the same link or change your link, and then redirect from your old one if it's the same content. It depends. Okay, so let's continue on with the presentation. All right, so domain name, I suggest for your domain name, always try to get your exact brand name. And if you don't have a brand right now, then I would suggest you make sure the brand name you want, you can find the domain name to it, or a very ununique variation to that. If your brand name is not available, get what you can get, something as close as possible. But please, no unusual spellings. It's not good to do unusual spellings unless that's just what you have to have and there's just no other way. I personally just would not recommend it. Okay, so there's different blog types. There's personal blog, there's business blog, there's professional blogs, there's niche blogs, there's affiliate blogs, there's media blogs. For those of you who are here tonight, most of you, if not all of you, should have gone through my training. I had three training videos that you could do over a week, or you could do them as you desire. So if that's you, if you did go through my training, I would love to know what your niche is. If you could share that with me in the chat. What is your niche? What do you talk about when you are making content on your social media, even if you don't have a blog? While you answer that, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I am on my healthy living kick, so I drink a lot of water. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Luxury fashion and travel from Aquila, balanced career and motherhood, teaching parents how to educate their children, personal finance from Samara, Joanna, lifestyle women and empowerment. Sienna, fashion for petite girls. Tasha, talk about being a new mom, wife, while you find time for yourself. Fabiola, family, travel, lifestyle. Okay, I love it. I love it. Everyone's got really great niches, which is so good. You know, when you're making blog content, you want something that your audience can come to you for and say, she's the person who I want to come to for this type of stuff. So now that you've identified what your niche is, you should start thinking about, you know, blog content ideas. And like I said, I'll show you how you can get my editorial calendar as well as my how to make content every day training. But start thinking about like blog content ideas and what are the things that you want to answer the question of for your audience. All right, let's get back into the presentation. So when designing your blog, I highly recommend you go with a classic, clean, minimal theme, meaning white, easy to look at, not overwhelming. Your background is simple colors. Your header shouldn't have too much going on. Sidebar on the right, not the left. And you want to include rich content in your sidebar as well as an email opt-in. So I'm going to show you ladies what my website looks like to give you a view and an idea of how I am telling you to design it. Your website does not have to look like mine, of course, but when I say clean and minimal, I want you to understand what that looks like to give you an idea and to help you better design your own blog when it's time to do that. So here's my website, JenellBStewart.com. You can see it's clean. This is a minimal theme. There's not too much going on here. When you come, it's not like colors everywhere. There's not things, pattern backgrounds, things going crazy. My headers are here at the top. I have mom life, work, lifestyle courses, Healthy Jenell, and my podcast. And then it's easy to look at. Really beautiful images, clean, classic, minimal, not too much going on. Here's my sidebar down here. You'll see that I have rich content here in my sidebar. I have my bio, a little bit about me, my social links. I have something free that people can get when they're looking to get support. I have my podcast with some of the episodes. You can find my social media, Instagram here as well. Then there's some ads. And then you can find more content on my website if you scroll down, continuing on. So this is my blog. And so when I say that I think your blogs should be, when I say I recommend it rather, minimal, this is what I mean. Like it needs to be clean and classic and have a beautiful theme, something simple. You know, you can even search themes on your, if you're on WordPress or if you're on Squarespace, you can search minimal and get a minimal theme. They look so classic. And if you want to work with brands really love a classic theme. It really resonates well with them. Okay. So let me take any questions that you may have before we move on. Okay, so for those of you who are looking in your workbooks, let me open up the workbook so I can see what you see. Let me share my screen. Okay, so here you should be able to answer, do you have a blog name? What's your blog name? What will your blog be about? This is stuff that you should be able to answer if you haven't already on your own. Start thinking about, will you be hosting your blog? This is a decision you should be thinking about and be ready to make soon. You don't have a domain, you have to buy one. Domains are not free, but you should be thinking about what you want your domain name to be. And when you're ready to go and get your domain name, what you want to do is you want to search to make sure that what the name you like actually exists. Don't get tied down to a name and then you can't find it. I know that for a lot of people, they are like, this is the name I want, and then you can't get it anywhere. You can't get it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can't get it on website. And I know you may be like in love with it and that's what you want, but you probably need to either A, stick with the name, but you're going to have to find another variation of it in order to be able to have like your own website. You know what I mean? So that's going to be important to you. Jenell says, did you hire someone to make your theme? I'm using a WordPress one, but I kind of want to change it to something else. This is a very good question, Jenell. I did not hire someone to make my theme. I actually bought my theme. So I went to a website called themeforest.net. I'll put it in the chat. And I was able to find, oh, thank you, ladies. Themeforest.net. I was able to find, they have hundreds of themes. They're not free though. Like when you get a WordPress, you get free themes that come with it. You can choose and you can change them up, but they're not free. So they are about $39. I have seen some for less than that. And I've seen some that were more expensive. I've never purchased a more expensive theme, but once you have that theme, you have it. And let me just show you like some of the things that are customizable. So, you know, this here is customizable. I can put whatever I want here. I can also have a slider here with photos sliding across. I can change up how this area looks. I don't have to have two, you know, at a time. I could have one. I could move my sidebar to make it look different. I could do so much with this, design it how I want it to look in so many different ways. Like there's just a lot you can customize when you buy your own theme, which is why I like buying my own theme, because there's so much you can do to customize it. I have a question from Ty. Is it best not to use your name for a blog name? So my answer to that is, it's not about what's best, it's about who your blog is for. So I recommend, if your blog is for the people and you already know that, then make a blog with a name that people can relate to. Like my member that I shared with you earlier, her blog name is I Was Born to Conquer. And her name is Sabrina Martinez. So she's relating to people in that she wants to talk a lot about self-care and wellness. And so she didn't call it Sabrina Martinez. I mean, it probably would have been hard though, given her name is Sabrina Martinez, and that's a very popular name as well. But I would recommend you decide who your brand is for and what you want to do. If your brand can be for you, but not be your name, you know, it's up to you. This is your decision. But once you decide to self-title your website, it is branded after you. So there should be some level of you in it. And it should honestly be about you. Yolanda asks, if my domain is in the possessive, is that good or bad? For example, Mimi's, or should it be just Mimi? I don't necessarily know that you should shorten it up. If your name is Mimi's, then make it Mimi's, and then it would be MIMIS. Obviously, in the website, you can't put apostrophe in the domain, but people will still type www.mimis.com. People will still type it. Whereas if they know you as Mimi's and you have Mimi, I think people probably will end up typing www.mimis.com more often than not, because they know that that's the brand name. So that was a really good question. What does that mean? I don't know. What do you mean, Taisha? What are you talking about? Help me understand. Okay, ladies, so don't forget, keep asking me questions as we go, because I want to make sure that I'm not moving past and you don't get what you need. Okay? All right, let's continue on. Excuse me. Okay, I'm listening. I'm reading what Taisha said. After you answered it, made me shift my thought process of what my blog post name should be and who it's for. Okay, great. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so we're going to go into, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Digital Content University, and then I will also tell you how you can get those things I promised you at the beginning, as well as more information, answering any more information you all have. So I want to welcome you to the Digital Content University. You guys are all a part of the Digital Content Creation School, and you are also part of my Content Creation Prep School, the course. Well, I want to welcome you to the Digital Content University course, and I want to give you more information about it, and I would love to answer any questions that you have about this as well. So the Digital Content University, our course curriculum is 8 units where we talk about the business of blogging, the business of YouTube, the business of podcasting, the business of social media, the business of influencer marketing, the business of brand partnerships, the business of meetup events, and the business of monetization. This is an 8-unit course curriculum that takes about 6 to 10 months for most members to get through. And during each unit, there's an extensive lesson or extensive lessons that go over every part of building your brand, and even parts of building your brand that you might not think you want to do. Like maybe you're like, I don't really know if I want to do a YouTube. We go into that and why you should have a YouTube channel, even if it's just to make great video content for your blog. We talk about podcasting and how you can use audio to further engage and educate your audience. And of course, influencer marketing, brand partnerships, having your own meetup events where you can bring people out to entertain them and educate them and charge for sales, working with brands, as well as other monetization strategies that you can make. So this course curriculum is over a 6 to 10 month program. And I have members already in this program who started in January, and they are doing absolutely amazing. I can't even wait to share some of them with you. When you become a member of the Digital Content University, you get weekly lessons for 6 to 10 months. We can go monthly or weekly group coaching depending on which option you choose. You'll also get my new member journal and pen because I send everyone a new member packet, and you'll be able to attend all of the live classes that I put on like this for free. You'll also be able to have lifetime access to all the course materials. So right now you're in a live class, but moving forward, if you're not a member of DCU, your live class enrollment you'll not be able to attend for free, but you'll be able to attend for free as long as you're a member. It will be a members only program. So I want to tell you a little bit about what my members say in regards to the Digital Content University, because I feel like hearing from them is going to really help hone in on just how amazing and how great the stuff that we've been doing in the school has been. And their experiences are one that I just can't even talk about it for you. You have to just see it. So I would love for you to listen to this presentation by one of my members. So this is Tabitha Wiggins of Cocoa Curls XO. Ooh, what's going on? Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Guidance, that knowledgeable guidance on how to move forward and how to make actionable gains in this field. It is an overwhelming industry at times, and we all could use someone like Jenell with more than 10 years of experience who can help guide you on your way. All right, guys, I don't know what else to say. Join us in DCU. It's going to take you actually being in there with us to see how much fun we have, see all the things that we're learning, and give yourself a chance to let your brand grow as well. Bye, guys.
Hello, my name is Sandra Elidor, and I am the founder of Parenting Plug. The course that I'm enrolled in is the Digital Content Creation School. What wins have I had since becoming a member? Since becoming a member, I've learned how to research relevant topic for my audience to answer the hard questions that they look in. I've learned how to research my competitors and what are they offering to the same audience that I have. What have I implemented since starting this course? I took everything Jenell said and put it into practice. One of the main things that I am excited for is my website should be going live soon. And I take what Jenell said and her advice, and I tweak what needs to be done. And I noticed the difference from what I was doing, and it's been working. And I'm excited for when that day comes that I can go live for everyone to have. What did the course help me overcome? The course helped me overcome self-doubt as well as procrastination. Those two are the killer of business, and I've learned to overcome them just by Jenell speaking, and to see how her platform has excelled to the level that it has. So not only I'm no longer doing those things, but my motivation has excelled. I'm excited to go and work for my audience. So definitely I've overcome a lot, as well as I've gained a lot. The takeaway for this course is Jenell B. Stewart herself. She has made it her business to make sure we succeed. So I commend her, and I love her platform that she has created for me and other creators. What do you like about the community? I love the community. I really, really do. She created that we're able to communicate on the website, on her website. But since we also want to support one another, we have taken it outside of the website, that we are following our peers. We are liking their posts. We are giving each other compliments for us to push forward. Would I recommend this to someone else? Absolutely. I recommend it to any and everyone that has a business or want to be in business. If you are looking to have an online platform, this class is the best thing that you can do for yourself, as well for your business's future.
Hello, everyone. My name is Akusika Ayi, and I am an assistant controller at a medical company where I manage the accounting team. When I'm not working, I am running a t-shirt line called the African Legacy, which is a line that is seeking to empower all Africans, especially the young African, to know that they are as capable as kids growing up here in the U.S. When I first started my business, I created an Instagram page because obviously I knew that followers would bring in traffic, and traffic equaled sales, right? So I created this page, and listen, I gotta commend all the social media influencers out there. It was hard to manage this page. So you know what I did? I decided to sign up for Jenell B. Stewart's Digital Content University to help me grow my business. And what I've learned in the last couple of weeks is that it is important, it is crucial to grow a social media following, because your following really will give people visibility to your product. And I am thankful that I came across Jenell's University, because I have learned so much. And I have to commend Jenell. She is an amazing woman. She is precise in everything she does. Everything she does is well thought out. She's looking to help, people like myself to grow our businesses. And that is commendable. You don't have women doing things like that nowadays. And so I am thankful for her. We've grown a community of women who are willing to help each other. And I would absolutely recommend this school to anybody who is seeking to grow their following, to grow their business, to grow themselves. Thank you.
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My computer spazzed out on me when I tried to share the videos. But yes, I wanted you to hear from my members of the Digital Content University, so you could hear firsthand what it is we do and how the school has been impacting and changing their lives. Especially for those of you who are like, I really want to start this blog thing. I really want to create my online business. I want to have a place that I can call my own. So if anything were to happen, given, social media, whatever can happen, they're always changing the algorithm. They're always making changes to what they want you to do and how to best use the platform. So I wanted you to hear that for sure, because I'm so excited to be able to welcome everybody to the Digital Content University. And I'll just take a couple more minutes just sharing a little bit more information about the university to everyone. And then I will once again take more Q&A questions and share with you how you can get the stuff that I promised at the end. So the value of the Digital Content University, for those of you who did the training, then you most likely saw the video, the third video in the training where I talked about researching the competition. And I shared with you that the Digital Content Creation University is an $8,000 course, but you aren't paying this. So let's talk about some special sales and let's talk about how you can be down at a much greater price. So today and for the next 6 days, when you make one payment, you'll be able to get weekly group coaching. Now for the Digital Content University, we are meeting monthly. However, when you make one payment, we'll meet weekly. And that means you'll get me every week so we can really build out your brand and get you through this program with everything ready to rock and roll. You'll also get 50% off, a discount off of all my future courses, my master classes, and my trainings. I have members that are in DCU, which is the Digital Content University. They're in my master class, my media kit, they're in my media kit masterclass called Master Your Media Kit. They're in my Instagram course. And any other future programs that I put out, if they decide to enroll, they get them 50% off, which is always the best deal. Now, when you make one payment to become a member, you get 2 one-on-one consultations with me, and you get 1 brand audit from me. So what I love to do with my members is go through your social media, go through your blog if you have one, go through your YouTube if you have one, or whatever other assets you have, and I will give you an audit. I'll tell you exactly what it is I feel you're doing great, what you can improve on, and what you need to change. I'll also give you suggestions and advice on what you should start doing and implementing to grow your brand. Now, when you make one payment, the first 2 options are always going to be available to you. However, the consultations and the brand audit are going to expire next Thursday. So that's a little bit about what happens when you make one payment. All right, let's talk a little bit about the one payment. So like I told you, the Digital Content University is an $8,000 course. It is a weekly interactive community where we're building your brand. However, what we're doing now is we're offering people an opportunity to come in at a much lower rate. I heard a lot of people say, listen, Jenell, this is for me when I launched this in December. This is for me. This is so for me, but I cannot afford to be a part of this community at that price. And I understand. I totally get it. I understand financial obligations. I understand people's incomes are not at that place, but I want to get you there. I want to get you to a place where your brand is making this type of income monthly. Why not? Why not make $1,500 every week? Why not? Or every 2 weeks? Why not? I want to get you there. And so what I'm doing now is, instead of requiring that everyone be a part of the program on a weekly basis for the entire 6 to 10 months, I'm giving you the opportunity now to come in, take the program on your own with video modules, but you will still get 1 month of coaching where you meet with me. At least let's get you through that first month and let's get you ready to go. When you pay $1,500 in one full payment, you'll get it weekly, okay? Or you can go for 2 months and we'll work together for 2 months weekly, and you'll be able to get the full program just like everyone else, but 2 months will be the weekly portion of your training. And then that is $2,000. And if you want a longer program, but you still can't afford the full program where we meet every single week for almost a full year, the other option for you is 4 months, and we'll meet for 4 months. That is almost half of the program. So every week for 4 months, when you make one full payment of $2,500, we'll meet so we can go over those units together. And you have to use code STARTMYBLOG at checkout. Now, when you buy now, I do have some amazing offers for you, and this offer will only last until midnight tonight. When you buy now, you'll get everything that comes with the course, everything I've already shared, but in addition to that, You'll also get a feature on my personal Jenell B. Stewart Instagram story, my Facebook, and my Twitter. I'm going to let the world know you're a member of the Digital Content University. I'll be tagging you, sharing a little bit about you and how excited I am to work with you. And I'm going to do that to anyone who buys now and who becomes a member now. I'll also give you for free my How to Grow Your Instagram course. This course has helped my members get 1K more followers over and over and over again. In fact, my member Sandra, who you saw in the second video, Sandra has grown 2,000 new followers on one page, and then using my same tactics and advice in my Instagram course, by applying the same strategies, she got 2,000K more on a second page. That's 2K times 2. In just 2 months, Sandra was able to do this. I also have lots of other students who were able to get 1K in no time. And I want to give you that course for free to supplement what you're learning in the school, and also to support you in growing your brand as we work together. Third, I'm going to give you my high-level social media strategy training videos to support you in growing your brand, because we want to use social media to get these people back to our blogs. And so I want to make sure that you are well equipped for that. Additionally, remember how I told you I'll give you that editorial calendar and template at the beginning to help you really design your blog, as well as my How to Make Content Everyday training? I want to give you both of those when you buy now. My editorial calendar template shows you exactly how you can break down your content. And my How to Make Content Everyday training is a video training where I show you this is how you can make content every single day. And it doesn't matter if you have a full-time job or not. You can make content every day. You just need some tips and you need some tricks in order to be able to do it. So when you buy now, you'll get all of these things, and this offer does expire tonight at midnight. Remember, you're also going to get everything else that's included in the course. So let's talk a little bit about payment options, because I do offer payment options, because I know that there are people here tonight and in the prep school that really want to be in Digital Content University, but maybe just making one payment of $1,500 isn't something that you're able to do. So what I'm offering is 6 monthly payments of $250 when you use code STARTMYBLOG at checkout. You'll be getting all of the same thing, access to all of the same things that the course offers, but you will not have access to the one full payment bonuses, which is here. So you won't get the weekly group coaching, but you'll still get monthly when you do a payment plan. You won't be able to get the 50% discount, and you won't get the consultations. You also won't get the brand audit, because that's a one payment option. But even though you don't get those things, you still get all of these things when you buy now. So you can totally take advantage of my 1 month payment option for my 1 month program. Not 1 month payment, 1 month program payment option is what I meant, when you make 6 monthly payments of $250. And you can do that now, and you'll still be able to take advantage of everything I showed you. And we'll meet once that month as you go through the program. Second option, if you're looking to go with the 2 month program, you're like, I would love to be able to work with Jenell for 2 months, and that option is $2,000. If you want to go with the payment plan, we can do 6 monthly payments of $350. And just like I said earlier, you won't get the one payment bonuses, but you do still get a whole lot when you buy now. You absolutely get a whole lot when you buy now. And I mean, one of the things that I recognized when I was first starting out is the benefit of features. Getting a feature on a page was something that really helped grow my page to the next 100, sometimes even 200s, when the page had enough of a following there that people were interested in what I was offering. They would come and they would follow me. So my features is something that everyone's going to get, and I want to make sure I do that for everyone who buys now, as a way to, one, say thank you, as a way to boost your social media platform, and of course to encourage you and to help you stay motivated on this journey. Now, the last payment option, if you wanted to go with the 4 month program, which is $2,500, I'm offering the 6 month payment plan at $420 in order for you to be a part of the Digital Content University. So my last question to you is, Are you ready to become a member? And are you ready to really take your blog to the next level? Or should I say your brand? Because the Digital Content University is not only about brands. This program, sorry, it's not only about blogs. This program is about building your brand. Building your brand so that you have a brand that people love, you have a brand that people trust, you have a brand that helps to educate and engage a unique and special audience who is there to support you. So if you have any questions about the program, I would love to answer them. Please share them with me in the chat box. And what I want to do now is just tell you a little bit more about what you get out of the program as you write your questions. So for starters, when we work together during this program, every week we'll meet and we will have a coaching. You'll go through your modules. You'll learn a little bit more about the course. And I'll show you what those modules are now. Let me open up the page so that way you can see what the modules are, what they entail. Okay. Bear with me in case my computer does anything crazy. I'm not playing any video, so it should be fine. So the first module that we have is the unit of blogging, right? So you actually got to experience what a module is like tonight in order for you to hear what we talked about tonight. That was the business of blogging, creating your blog. What we didn't get to go into tonight was my favorite blog themes as well as my top plugins to enhance your blog. But I'm really excited to be able to share this much with you tonight. Next, we're going to talk about the business of blogging, the editorial calendar. So when you enroll, we're going to go into your content planning. I'm going to help you establish your writing schedule. Batch writing is what we like to call when you write more than one post at a time. I'm going to help you with your blog posts in order for you to have a checklist so that you really know what you should be doing and adding to your blog every single time you're writing. We're going to work together to create a publishing schedule as well as how to create content every day. And I give you 100 blog post ideas to get you on your way. Next, the business of blogging, growing your blog. So we're going to talk about how you increase your readership, how you increase your comments. And that's something that a lot of bloggers struggle with, whether you're a new blogger or you're an old blogger. Getting more people to come and read your blog and getting people to comment on your blog is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. The last part of the blogging unit is where we go over how to monetize your blog. I'm going to get you set up with Google AdSense, teach you about advertorials, banner ads, how to get affiliate links, doing product reviews, and of course, brand sponsorships. Want to get you all ready for that. Now you can continue looking to see what else is going on with this course on your own. You can see that the next unit is video editorial the business of YouTube, and we talk about your video editorial content calendar rather. And you can continue on creating your YouTube channel, growing your audience, and it goes on and on and on. I encourage you to come here and check this out. You can see so much content is in this university. So much content is here to help you grow your brand, to help you build your following, to help you really, really stand out in a world where there's a million websites, a million bloggers, and you want to be that person that people come to for whatever content you're sharing. And with over almost 10 years of experience, I know a thing or two. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I want to support you in being the best blogger you can be. And I want to be there to give you the guidance that you need to help you really grow your platform, to help answer any questions that you have when it comes to you being great at what you do. So you can see here, this is why it takes 6 to 10 months to get through it, is because there's just so much here. There's so much here. And this is all yours when you enroll in Digital Content University. So who's signing up today? Who is signing up and who has questions? Please let me know. I want to make sure I answer all your questions tonight. Especially because, the buy now offers are ending in just a couple of hours, and I don't want anyone to miss out on those at all. No questions? Really? This is new. This is so new. Okay. What is it? What are the coaching sessions like? That's a very good question. My darling Sandra, do you mind answering that question for us? Let me unmute you. Sandra's here. She's one of the members of the Digital Content University. What are the coaching sessions like?
Could you hear me?
Yeah.
I stopped. Oh, here I am. The coaching sessions are amazing. She gives you detailed information about your particular platform. She's not giving you general information. She's making it specific to what you're doing. She goes in far and beyond by me and her having a conversation. So like, oh, let me go ahead and go to your website. Let me go to your Instagram to give you real life answers. So by the coaching sessions are amazing. You can ask her specific details and she'll give you relevant information. So by far, you guys need to sign up. This has been an amazing journey for my company. So you guys don't understand. Words cannot explain. You have to sign up if you want change. You really do.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. So that's a great question. I do see a question from, was it Yolanda? Where was I? Oh, Yolanda, she said $1,500 a month or 6 months. Not $1,500 a month, honey. Come on. No way. No way. No, it's not $1,500 a month. It's the $250 for 6 months, darling. You're so cute. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think anyone else has any questions. I'm not seeing anyone writing any questions. I don't want to keep you here just looking at you if you don't have any questions, but I will say that just know that we're here to support you. If you wanted to send us an email, you can do that, but it's very unlikely that we'll be able to support you beyond this call tonight. And I would love for you to take advantage of those offers that are ending tonight. So the buy now offers, you're going to be losing those if you do not enroll now. As far as the other payment options, they will be available for 7 days, and then the course value goes back up. And unless we do another opportunity like this where you can come and you can get more information, you will not have access to those rates again. So I would love for you to, take advantage of what we've given you here tonight. I want you to go. I want you to be great. I want you to build your blogs. I want you to help the people out there and educate them, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important, is that you're actually using what you learn to get in front of more people and to grow other people the same way that you're growing. So build those brands, build those blogs, and I'll continue to be here to support you which way you go. And I want you all to have an absolutely amazing, amazing night, and take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.